the end of Pep Guardiola's reign at City is coming to a dreadful end. And unfortunately so, because we just saw them get picked apart by Bodo in a Champions League game. Look, what I watched in the first half especially was was a disaster class from City defensively and in all aspects of the game. They were all over the place. They were played off the park by Bodo Glimt, which is a surprise. And they just look like a shadow of themselves. They just look like shadow of themselves. They look spineless. They look toothless. They look like they have no idea what's going on. And the same worrying signs were obvious against Manchester United. But this weekend, on Saturday, they have a game against Wolves. That game against Wolves, it seems like it seems like a game where City go on a bad run of games and they get a team at the bottom of the league that they can just use that to get back their form and recover. We used to be one of those games where they just sweep teams, they just blow teams apart, just blow teams away. 5-0. I remember the Watfords of those days, the Leeds of those days, just blow them away with 5-0, and they used those teams to recover their form. But the City that I watched against Bodo, the City that I watched against Manchester United, yeah, no, no, they are worrying times, and if Guardiola and his team doesn't fix up fast, yeah, I don't see City win any trophy this season. Plus, plus the Haaland goal drought is not helping matters at all. Haaland has gone what 6, 7 games without a goal. This is supposed to be the gunman. This is supposed to be the man that should that should be putting the ball in the back of the net. But this is also what you get when you have one or two players as your source of goals in a team that's supposed to be fighting for every title. They're supposed to be fighting for the Premier League, they're supposed to be fighting for the Champions League, supposed to be fighting for the Carabao and the FA Cup. You're supposed to be fighting for all the titles. And when you have just one man carrying the team on his back, something has to give eventually. And it seems like the weight is telling on Haaland at the moment. But yeah, Man City against Wolves this weekend. Wolves as well, they seem to be picking up breathing because they've won a couple of their games. They won a game, they won their last two games, or have not lost. I'm not so sure about that stat, but they have not lost in their last two games, and they seem to be picking up rhythm. And if Manchester City is not careful with how shambolic and disgraceful their defense is at the moment, they might end up leaving Etihad. They might end up with a loss at the Etihad, which would be, in my opinion, the a loss that breaks the camel's back, because that might just be the breaking point for City and their fans in general. But yeah, all being said, my prediction for the game, Manchester City, I still see a Manchester City win regardless, because I think the players will be really fired up and would want to get a win from this game. So my prediction for this game is City 2, Watford 1. I don't see City keeping a clean sheet because of their defensive, and I don't blame them. They've got three important players out from the defense. They've got Diaz, they've got Ake, and they've got Badiola. Those are three key players in their defense. And yeah, without those guys, it's going to be a real problem for them.